Hi guys, Happy New Year. Where I'm from, in Denmark, we usually, and that's across many countries I do know, you kind of take stock when you're on the last day of the year, and just trying to do something equivalent to that with the game and how I am performing and doing stuff in Hearthstone. So a short rant about the year-end closing and taking stock over the year. Uh, from a from my private side, my private life. Of course, I'm not disclosing too many details, but things have been kind of the same over the course of the year. No real shakeups has been there, even though the year has been really, really weird. 2020 is a year that I'll remember for a lot of things that I won't go into too many details about, but just the situation in the world as a whole is something that is unprecedented. We haven't seen anything like that before. But the impact on my personal life, from a private standpoint, have been really low. From a game standpoint, which is kind of where I want to go with this rant and what I want to use the time for. The year, from the small perspective that I've had, that this is not my primary source of income or this or anything like that. So this is something that interests me. I use a lot of time for it, but it is an interest that I'm also sharing with you guys. But over the course of the year in Denmark, where I live, we have like two major tournaments, which is usually a bring your own computer tournament arrangement, which of course has been a little bit different over the course of the year. But towards the start of the year in January, we actually managed to do, because there weren't all this. The pandemic hadn't really taken hold of Denmark at that point in time. So I actually went to one of the big tournaments in Denmark and got second place there. So felt great. First time doing that. And then over the course of the year, towards the later stages, there were an online event, which is the biggest one in Denmark, and there I also took second place. So maybe next year, let's see if we can manage to go for first. The later one, the one which were turned into an online one, I actually got second place there as well last year. So I defended that at least. I didn't get any worse off than that. Then this year that we've been through, we have like a Danish Masters qualifier where we actually, from an official standpoint, there's arranged esports events around Hearthstone in Denmark, and last year I actually didn't qualify, and I were in the rankings between 12th and 16th, I think. We got the same amount of points. But I missed one of the qualifiers. I'm not really keen on missing anything this year. And I want to emphasize that we're not there yet. We're halfway through the qualifiers. And right now, there's still some points being tallied up. But I'm on 6th place there. And it's going to be like a top 8 cut. So the top 8 players in Denmark, which accumulate points over 4 qualifiers, are going to be competing to be the Danish champion. And I want to go for that top 8 this coming year that we come into. And from a channel point of view, and this is the last thing I'll touch upon, and if you stuck through the entire rant of what we intend to do over the course of the year, thank you so much. But from a channel point of view, I've been trying to do more consistent stuff. It's not everything that is interesting for you guys, and that's perfectly fine, but we do communicate. I do have a lot of liaising with you, and that's really perfect. I really like that. That's something that motivates me a bunch. And I just seen the channel grow immensely quick over the course of the last half month of December, and I want to try and commit to that as much as possible coming into this new year, because having that as the benefit of just being able to have you guys, people watching this and communicating with me, giving me advice, I can give advice, stuff like that. That is just so thrilling for me that is a possibility for people to communicate in this way. I have a passion for this game, and I'd like to share it. And if there's anyone that wants to share this with me as well, like seeing my stuff, seeing my content, I'm there. I definitely want to be available, so to speak, over the course of the year. And I want to continue to do stuff, and any ideas of what you want for me to kind of bring forward, I'll bring standard decks. I'll also be playing Battlegrounds and Arena. Those are the game modes I'm interested in. You won't get too much wild content here. I'm looking into new sets and what can we do with new cards, but who knows? I like all aspects of the game, so you might get some stuff that you do not expect. Who knows? But I'll leave you with this, and whether you celebrate New Year's or not, and if you have a different New Year rotation or whatever you like to call it within the culture that you're coming from, all the more power to you. But this, in my culture where I'm coming from, we're taking stock, and I think this has been a great year, and I will continue to do what I am so thrilled about doing. And to all of you, a happy new year.